Hi, I'm John Holden.
And I'm Andrea Ocampo.
Welcome to Earth. Hi, I'm John Holden, and welcome to Earth. You know, a walk in the woods is a great way to unwind from the pressures of urban living and get a deep breath of fresh air. But you know, this green forest is located right next to something else just as green that you wouldn't believe. A steel mill right here in Midlothian, Texas, right outside of Dallas. So we all know steel making requires lots of energy, but the green steel making methods underway here are helping to mitigate climate change, as you're about to see. About 1.8 billion tons of steel are produced globally every year. That's enough to build an Eiffel Tower every 3 minutes. The good news, steel is completely reusable, and increased recycling is a major goal of the American Institute of Steel Construction. It represents about 1,000 companies which produce and use steel in America's buildings, airports, and infrastructure projects. The AISC supports greener steel by providing research for new production technologies and encouraging the use of sustainably produced products.
In the United States, our producers moved long ago, 30 years ago, typically, to production practices that have reduced carbon and water usage. Carbon emissions at steel facilities are down 36% relative to 30 years ago, which is huge from a sustainability standpoint. Also, water usage is down 95% reduction in water usage because they used a closed loop collection system.
That commitment to steel sustainability is shared by one of AISC's global members called Gerdau, with its massive steel operations here in Midlothian, Texas. Here, its structural steel mill is busy producing all kinds of products using the latest green technology.
Gerdau is one of the global leaders in steel production. We have industrial operations in 10 countries. We employ more than 30,000 people. We are Brazil's largest steel producer, one of the leading producers of long steel in North America, and of specialty steel in the world.
Gerdau's two North American business divisions have a combined finished steel production capacity of about 7.5 million tons. In business for more than 120 years, Gerdau started as a family-run nail factory in a small Brazilian city, and over the decades has grown into a global steel production giant.
This mill produces structural and special bulk quality steel used in non-residential buildings, staircases, heavy-duty equipment, machinery, and decking. At our other North American mills, we also produce merchant bars, rebar, and steel piling products. Each year, we transform 12 million tons of scrap in a variety of new steel products, promoting sustainable development around the world. By using scrap, Gerdau reduces the demand for natural resources and energy consumption, and it minimizes the emission of greenhouse gas. The recycled content for Gerdau North American-made steel exceeds 98%.
Gerdau will take just about anything that's a steel product and we'll bring it in for recycling. You name it, truck trailers, refrigerators, washers, dryers, anything around the home, a grill, automobiles. Around us is the railcar dismantling yard. Within this yard, we take rail cars that are at end of life. We bring them in and we separate the rail car from the wheels and we cut up the rail cars, we melt them. And then the rail car wheels, if they're reusable, they'll be resold and used on trains.
Even the wheels of a train?
Absolutely. We can melt or reuse everything as part of a rail car.
Traditional steelmaking emits lots of CO2, a greenhouse gas that contributes to global warming. It's estimated that over 1.8 tons of CO2 is emitted for every ton of steel produced using older technology. Gerdau's carbon emissions per ton of steel are less than half the steel industry's global average. Its North American emissions are even lower, where electric arc furnace technology is used 100%.
Gerdau is taking the biggest step of it all. We are investing in sustainable businesses. Just in 2020, we started a new division called Gerdau Next that actively invests and buys companies that have a sustainable and ESG background. So we are looking for opportunities in circular economy, in renewable energy, construction technology, as well as software for metal recycling centers.
Gerdau is always innovating and working to improve its environmental footprint. That's why they're now building a massive solar farm next to the Midlothian mill. The project will provide renewable power to the mill, and it even uses Gerdau's solar beam pilings.
We're also building our ESG footprints in our communities, thereby creating stronger relationships and helping support our communities. And combined, all those things together, we're helping to attract and find people to help us build the future at Gerdau.
With these kinds of innovations, Gerdau has established itself as a pioneer in sustainable steel production. Each year, the company supports substantial research into environmental protection. You know, Gerdau has long been a pioneer in sustainable steel production, and along the way, with its green steel-making operations, it's also helping preserve over 12,000 acres of beautiful green forest land around its global operations. Forests like this one.